What's going on, everybody? Rob here, Trev 2323 TREV 2323. Trying to hold my camera as still as I can, man. I dropped it and I broke the damn I guess stabilization in it where it shakes a little bit. I apologize. I'm getting another camera today. Today I'm going off of my grass. What happened to it? Oh my god. Well, I'll show you in the next clip. Stay tuned. This is the video on grass, but also a video coming up on the free stuff I get from my worm farm. That actually I seen, you know, I swear by milky spore, I swear by milky spore, I swear by milky spore. Now here's the thing, I use the St. Gabriel's Organics, it's like a grit and it has milky spores attached to it. And I really don't think that as good as the original powder milky spore. Now this grass right here is awesome, and that patch right there is awesome. This is pretty good, and this one right here seemed like it didn't have enough on it. So actually I'm going to a nursery way far out by farmland to see if I can find the powder milky spore. It's more expensive, but I swear by it. So when I get that one, we'll go over that one. My grass, I actually did this. I cut it down that low as much as it did and used my weed whacker to get all the dead stuff up. A lot of the dead stuff I got up. Now, but last year, the end of last year, I reseeded and put some seed down, and as you can see, all that is still coming up. Okay, so after I did that to my grass, I cut it really short, and I am not one for saying cut your grass short. I leave my grass pretty long, almost on the second to the highest setting on my lawnmower, due to the fact that with the sun so hot, the shorter you cut your grass, the easier it is to burn your grass. And if it's longer, it won't burn the grass as much. Now normally I'm in Chicago, I use Kentucky bluegrass is all I've used since I've been here. And with the powder milky spore and Kentucky bluegrass, I had comments on my grass all the time on how I get it so nice and so thick and so weed free. Well, I use Scott's products, and then the milky spore I put down. Now I'm at 25 years here, and it's only good for like 15 years, so I got some extra years out of it. But I did get Grubbs back again, so I put that the like granules. There you go, the granules, St. Gabriel's Organic, and it did not work as good as the powder all over my lawn. You put it down 2 or 3 times a year, just douse your lawn with it. You got to wet your lawn, not on a windy day, so it spreads all over your lawn. And the milky spores actually kill the grubs for you for a long time. They live in your lawn to keep the milky spore out. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm reseeding, and that's why my lawn looks like that. It is April, where it's still raining. Heck, yesterday it snowed, and so that's why my lawn looks like this, because I cut it as short as I can right now, because after I reseed it, I'm just gonna water it and let it grow. And you do this in April where it's not too hot, so Mother Nature could water your grass more. But this is what I switched to, and this is how I cheat. Okay, I do have the Scott's Turf Builder 3-in-1, the thicker lawn 3-in-1. Get up to 50% thicker lawn 3-in-1 solution for lawns. It got seed, fertilizer, and soil improver. Seed, fertilizer, soil improver. But I have this tree over here. This is a sycamore tree. That's a whole other story. Don't buy a house next to a sycamore tree. So it does shade this grass where the Kentucky bluegrass is doing well. But now this side of the lawn has full sun. So a tall fescue grass actually grows taller, and the weeds the roots go deeper. So when the roots go deeper, it needs less water and it protects itself better. So how I am cheating is I'm mixing both bags into the bucket right here and mixing them up and putting them down together. Then I'll show you what I'm going to put it down with. Okay, there's a 3-in-1 in there. You could tell there's the fertilizer, the soil stuff, and the grass seed in there. And then now from there, I'm going to mix in the tall fescue. All right, so I have all the grass seed mixed right now, but I do want to show you this. If you look at this, this is my conspiracy theory why they make these plants, these grass seed, where you have to use a weed killer. If you look at the ingredients, of the seed, you go all the way to the bottom, and it says 0.1% weed seed, other crop seed, inert matter. Okay, on this bag over here, 0.10% weed seed, 0.60% inert matter, tall fescue, Barrington tall fescue, Bearcat tall fescue, and then this seed right here, this is a tall fescue seed. This seed right here, it has silver dollar perennial ryegrass, virginal perennial ryegrass, windy gene creeping red tall fescue, Fenway red fescue, Gaelic Kentucky bluegrass, avalanche Kentucky bluegrass. So it is a mixture of all seeds, and majority of this lawn is Kentucky bluegrass, but I'm putting in tall fescue, mixing it in right now because the sun been a lot hotter. There's no tree right here, so I've noticed half the lawn, see this is pretty good right here, half the lawn where the sun hits isn't doing too well. So instead of just putting red tall fescue on that side or tall fescue on that side, I'm putting it throughout the whole lawn, so then this way your lawn doesn't look patchy like the beard of a prepubescent squirrel. Sorry, this is all mixed up. So all I'm gonna do is spread it with a spreader, and then I'll show you how I put it in the ground. Right here on a windy day, you gotta put it lower or kind of control it on a windy day, because the wind will take all your seeds. I have it full open all the way up, and I'm just gonna douse the lawn with this as much as you can, and then after I work it in, all you do is set it and forget it. You let it grow as long as your neighbors don't complain. Just let it grow, because the longer you let it grow this way, the longer the roots are going to grow this way. If you see weeds growing in it, don't worry about the weeds right now. You're not going to treat for the weeds. You can't kill the weeds in the ground before they come up. You have to let them get leafy, and then when you put the weed killer on it, it sits on the leaves, and that's what kills them. So let me do this real fast. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, this is the most painstaking part of this whole process, working it in. And this is a garden weasel. You could use a rake if you don't have one of these, but all you gotta do is you have to rake the seed in the grass. I see so many people just throw the seed on top of it, and it don't give the seed a chance to grow. You have to work it in the dirt. It don't have to be far into the dirt, but you do gotta work it in the dirt. So this is gonna be the most painstakingly part, and you kind of do this in April, like in springtime, because even with the dew, if you don't get to water your grass, the dew from the overnight will actually keep the soil moist. So I'm gonna have to do this for the whole yard to make sure I get a lot of the seed put in the dirt. Okay, if you know me, I'm never an advocate for watering your grass in the daytime. You water your grass when the sun goes down, because if you water in the daytime, all you're doing is burning your grass and you're wasting your water. But what I'm doing here is, you see, for one, it's 50 degrees right now. So at 50 degrees, it's still cool outside, but I'm making sure the seed, I raked it in, but now that I raked it in, I'm making sure that it's set. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm raking so the grass seed gets pushed in the ground. For one, it does two things. The grass seed is in the ground where it can start germinating. But for two, the birds are going to come down as soon as I'm inside and look for that grass seed. So I'm just dousing it enough to get the grass seed put into the dirt pretty good. So I wanted to let you know that also. All right, now it's like April, the end of April. So it's just snowed yesterday, believe it or not. So if it don't rain today, or whenever it don't rain, just come out here and wet your lawn in the evening time. Like, it's not dark 9 o'clock at night, but when the sun goes down for about 20 minutes, put your sprinkler on, let it run for 20 minutes. Any night that it doesn't rain, and if it rains, of course, you don't have to do it. But the regular grass in your lawn will take off also with the watering. but you want that little one. The little one ain't gonna germinate right now. All the growing and the germination mainly happens at nighttime. So, you know, the dew from the morning time, when you get up in the morning time, there's dew on the grass. If you walk through the grass, there's that dew. That'll keep your ground moist. Or if you get up early enough, just put a little spray on it. But don't do it in the peak sun time. That's the worst time to water your grass. You're just wasting water and you're burning your grass. So either way, stick with me. I'll shoot another video in about 2 weeks of how it's going, and then about everything I'm doing to the front of the house this year also. All right, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share.